Hello all, welcome again to this video series. I'm Aadhi Baghavan. First of all, Happy New Year to all the viewers. It's been a really long time. Recently, on January 15th, our country, India, celebrated its 74th Army Day. This day is celebrated in lieu of the first Commander-in-Chief of the Army, General K.M. Karippa, taking charge from the last British General in 1949, January 15th. So this day is celebrated as Army Day. In lieu of that, I have been studying a bit of military history or history related to our country's armed forces. So I have come across an interesting piece of history that I think very few will be aware of. Nonetheless, it is quite a significant piece of history. So without much ado, let's begin. The event of history that I am about to talk is the Royal Indian Navy mutiny, which occurred in 1946. It was the second time the British Indian Armed Forces had rebelled against the British. So it was a mutiny that happened in 1946. It happened between 18th to 25th of February 1946. The year was 1945. World War II has just ended. The Allied forces won. So all of the colonial recruits who were recruited from the colonies to fight for the Allies were slowly decommissioned to be reintegrated back into society. The same was happening with the Royal Indian Navy, which is the British Indian Navy. So when they were decommissioning, the sailors in the Royal Navy were always feeling that we are being treated as second class soldiers. We are given inhuman standards and such. The Communist Party of India, under repeated goading, had pushed the sailors, given the sailors the thought of freedom. The aadhi, the call of aadhi, were transmitted to the sailors of the Royal Indian Navy, and slowly and steadily, little by little, with the forces, with the Royal Indian Navy mistreating the Indian sailors, the thoughts that was being spread by the Communist Party slowly got integrated into them, and they became more in tune with the freedom struggle. So in 1946, 18th of February, on HMS Talwar of the port of Bombay, they got really tense, they got really incensed. The sailors got really incensed, and they completely mutinied against the British commanding officers. So from one ship, it started transmitting to the 45 naval ships that were stationed in the port of Bombay. Eventually, all 45 ships, all the Indian sailors in all these 45 ships automatically mutinied, took control over the ships, and then took control over the port of Bombay. From Bombay, Pune, then all the way to Calcutta, the entire Royal Indian Navy completely mutinied against the British overlords. The matter became so serious that it reached the desks of all the important officials in the British government. It also reached the ears of the various political parties which were active during the time of India, particularly the big leagues, that is the Congress, the Muslim League. The communists were the one who were completely pushing for this mutiny, this rebellion. So they were in complete support of this of the Royal Indian Navy mutinying against the British, whilst the Indian National Congress, the Muslim League, due to the various politics between the cabinet mission, the Cripps mission, the subsequent events which led to partition, they did not want any delays for which can prevent a constitutionalized independence, granting of independence for India. So they were against the mutiny, and they were in the forefront to negotiate a peaceful settlement between the mutinying soldiers and the British Navy officials. So at 25th February, the soldiers surrendered. They were all decommissioned, they were all court-martialed, etc. And the whole episode was just buried in the annals of history. This event was later brought to the forefront in 1967. We were celebrating 20 years of our of granting of our independence then, the then British High Commissioner John Freeman, in a seminar when he was talking to young students, he revealed that it was because this mutiny of the Royal Indian Navy which happened, that the British became so angst that they thought that this will be a replay of the 1857 Great Revolt. Because like I said, World War II had just ended, over 2.5 million of Indians had served in the British Army, Navy, Air Force, etc. They were all very dissatisfied, frustrated with the British regime. They were just waiting for the spark to rise up in rebellion. The British did not want this because they felt that they would be slaughtered to the last man, unlike last time. So it was due to this that Clement Attlee immediately pushed the proposal for Indian independence in the British Parliament, which subsequently led to the 1947 Indian Independence Act, thereby leading to India's independence, the creation of Pakistan, etc. So this is the catalyst which resulted in our independence. I thought this particular piece of history would be very interesting for our viewers. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, stay updated.